Lisa here. Thank you so much for tuning into episode 3 of That PSO Life, aka That Phone Sex Operator Life. This episode is entitled The Sinful Pastor. Now, this is a disclaimer. This episode might offend some folks, but honestly, this is a subject that is actually a thing in the adult and phone sex industries. There are a ton of fetishes that I won't even be able to cover them all. And really and truly, I don't know what they are. People are into a lot of stuff, and I mean, that's fine. People like what they like, as do I. But some of it may seem pretty unusual to those who are they're not in this industry or not used to this industry in any way. But I mean, very little surprises me. And the fact that many people judge others for their kinks is really why the phone sex operator industry exists and operators are sought out. People are into so much stuff that they can't even talk to their spouses or their significant others about this kind of thing. So that's why I guess we are sought out. They might be scared to open up, or if they do open up, they are laughed at or ridiculed or dumped. Who knows? So the PSO industry is kind of like a safe haven for people who are into unusual fetishes. Anyway, so I got up this morning and decided to log into a chat line around 10 a.m. Eastern. I actually went to bed a little bit after 4. But anyways, so how this chat line works is you log into your account online and call your profile that's attached to your phone number. You create a greeting, which you have the option of using for all of your calls, or you can create a new greeting every time you are on. After that, you listen to the greetings of callers on the line and choose who you would like to talk to by either sending a message or requesting a direct connection. The other people on the line have the same option that you do, and everyone has the ability to return messages, accept connection requests, and also ignore or decline messages and requests. There is an option to log in directly from your phone, but I've only tried it one time and I just prefer to log in via signing in online and calling my profile. So this morning there were the usual suspects, like the guys who were working from home and taking a break, or the ones on the West Coast who are now getting up and looking for some fun before they get ready for work. And then there were the sissies who love wearing panties. And I noticed lately that I've been coming across a lot of guys like that. Now, aside from those usual suspects, there was the pastor. I'd already talked to some guys before coming across his greeting. It went a little something like this: that he's a married pastor who worships Satan and is looking for a submissive, sinful woman he can force into worshiping Satan with him. He wants a woman to blaspheme the name of God. See, this right here is why I said that this episode might offend some people. I really hope it doesn't, because that's not my intent. This is the first time, or I say this was the first time that I came across a caller like this in the 3 months I've been working as a phone sex operator. I've heard about the fetish from before, but like as I said, this is the first time I came across somebody like that. Now, what am I talking about? Well, it's called the religious blasphemy fetish. There are lots of videos with this theme on various porn sites. Now, the word blasphemy literally means slander. And according to Google Dictionary, it's defined as the act or offense of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things, profane talk. Synonyms for this include profanity, profaneness, sacrilege, irreverence, swearing, cursing, ungodliness, unholiness, desecration, disrespect, or like taking the Lord's name in vain, and I guess like other synonyms. I can't even say that word. Synonyms. Okay. And the antonym for this is reverence. So, from my standpoint, in this context, from what information I've gathered, religious blasphemy is the sexualization and slander or mockery of a religion and its core beliefs. In this case, this Christian pastor was saying that he preaches in the church but worships and believes in Satan in private. So as I was like listening to his greeting, I thought to myself, do I want to mess with this now? I mean, Lisa, you never really like came across a caller like this, so I shrugged and decided, hey, what the hell? Let me play along and see what happens. I mean, low-key, over the last couple of months, I was hoping for a caller like this who would, push me past that boundary of what I'm used to handling. So I pressed 2 to send him a voice message, and I said, "Hi, this is Lisa calling from New York. I've been in the church my entire life and have been looking for a way to break free. I want you to make me your naughty little sinner." And I sent it. I didn't think he would actually respond, but he did with a message about some sexually explicit stuff, generic stuff, and asked what denomination I'm in, and just along with other stuff I can't really remember. After some more exchanges, he had asked me to read Jeremiah chapter 32 verses 34 and 35. And these verses are basically about idolatry and disrespect to God from what I scanned after I found it on Google. So verse 34 reads, "But they set their abominations in the house, which is called by my name, to defile it." And verse 35 reads, "And they built the high places of Baal, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and daughters to pass through the fire unto Molech, which I commanded them not. Neither came it into my mind that they should do this abomination to cause Judah to sin." So yeah, that's what it reads. I hope I pronounced the names properly. It's been a while since I read the Bible. Now, I didn't really feel like reading all that or doing a bunch of back and forth, so I sent him a connection request. Like, I had Bible verses like pulled up in Google and everything, just waiting. Um, he decided to respond with a message yelling at me that I was gonna do what he says and get on my knees and worship Satan. That he was gonna decide whether I deserved to talk to him or not. Well, I really couldn't be bothered and with the back and forth. So like I just moved on to somebody else and just left him. Um yeah, didn't want to be bothered. Um I mean, I guess you guys were probably hoping that the conversation went on a little bit longer, maybe. I don't know. Um it would have if he had actually connected on a call. But I guess he just wanted to go back and forth with messages, which really did not flow very well for me, and I just didn't feel like dealing with it. Um, anyway, like that was that. Like that's how I handled that situation. Because I did tell you guys, like, I'm gonna try my best to let you guys like see like how I handle calls and see if something like that would help you in your journey, whether like you're in the industry for a while or just started or are thinking about it. Like I'm not gonna lie and say that this call went great and we talked about this, that, and the third. Like we didn't. I just didn't feel like bothering with it. And sometimes that's how it's gonna be. If you decide to work in this industry, or I'm sure if you are, you can probably relate that sometimes we just don't feel like dealing with certain callers. Uh, so like as I was thinking back, I remember there was this one phone sex operator in this group I'm in who said she came across a Jewish guy who wanted her to turn him into a Christian. And then there was another girl whose caller wanted the both of them to take shots for Jesus over the phone. Pretty much get drunk. And, this is kind of like, that was kind of like an intoxication fetish. I'll get into that in like a few more episodes. But yeah. Like, I don't remember the details the girls give, but like being new, I think it was like my first week or two into this. It was pretty confusing and honestly pretty hilarious. Because who would ever think that there would be a religious blasphemy fetish? You know? And so, like, since I hadn't really done any research on the fetish, I decided to do some Googling after that call. And of course, I came across some shit that I had no idea about. First up, well, I'm just gonna tell you about like two things. So first up, there's one called Jetish, right? Which, according to Urban Dictionary, is a Jewish fetish, as in Jetish. Put the two words together. Jewish fetish, a desire to have sexual intercourse exclusively with members of the Jewish faith. And then the second thing that piqued my interest was something called hierophilia. It's spelled HIEROPHILIA. Hierophilia, which according to sexlexus.com is the arousal from sacred objects. Honestly, I'm gonna have to dig deeper into that one. Like, I couldn't imagine what that's about. So like associated hashtags to this fetish include religious blasphemy, blasphemy fetish, blasphemy kink, and hierophilia. Like hashtag religious blasphemy, hashtag blasphemy fetish, hashtag blasphemy kink, and hashtag hierophilia. I'm sure there are lots more out there, but these are the ones that stuck out to me. So from like, I thought about it and like, from my own understanding, like something like this might be a result of like maybe sexual repression, but I'm sure there's like so much more to it. It might not even be that. It might be something totally different. Um, and that's something I'd have to like tackle in another episode because I'm really like curious now, like where it comes from. Um, but yeah, until then, I'll leave you with this to think on for now. And thank you so much for tuning into episode 3 of that PSO Life. Feel free to leave me a comment and share your thoughts, and also follow me on Twitter at thatpsolife.com. No, sorry, not .com. Follow me on Twitter at thatpsolife. Um, Again, that's thatpsolife. But my website is thatpsolife.com. Until then, catch you later in the next episode. Bye!